Yeah, this is Speed here, back with another episode of Guess the Rank. And today, hopefully you know what we're doing. We're guessing ranks. I'm going to be looking at your clips, trying to figure out what MMR you are based on your clips. So, I mean, maybe you're awful, maybe you're pretty good, maybe you'll trick me. Yeah, I guess we'll see. So I've been taking these from the last post I made over on the YouTube community tab. That is where I get the clips for these videos, right? So if you don't know where that is, go to youtube.com, go to the GAMELEAP Dota channel, and then next to home and videos, there is a community tab in which you will find the posts. I'll be making another one probably in about a week or so, maybe even less. So check that out and be there if you want to get featured in one of these videos. Also, like the video if you want to see more Guess the Ranks. I just appreciate it. You guys have been supporting this series for a long time, and I really appreciate it. I hope you still enjoy it just as much as you did in the beginning. I certainly do. So yeah, I mean, like the video if you want to keep these going, and yeah, I'll just base it off that. Hopefully all of you guys have been watching the recent tournament or the qualifiers for the upcoming tournament that is going to be in Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken, in America, where I live. Let's go, baby. I unfortunately am not going, but I am watching the tournament and following the qualifiers, and over on the main GameLeap website, I've just made an analysis for OG versus Bulgaria. If you don't know who Bulgaria that is, that's fine, because they're like a 2K stack. However, I just analyze their game and see what OG did well and what the enemy team did bad, and I plan to do more of these in the future, so if you're interested, click the link down below, and you're going to get a lot of great content over there, and especially these qualifier matches that I'll be analyzing. So I'll see you there. Alright, so for our first clip, we're going to be looking at what is his name? Vilril? Is that a medicine or something? I mean, that's certainly what it seems like. You're playing SF, you're in the mid lane. Looks like some pretty legit team comps going on here, right? We've got like some... Is that an offlane Kunkka? That's next level. Is that safe lane Kunkka? I don't know what's going on, but this looks pretty good to me as is. Regardless, you wanted me to look at your laning stage, so I'm going to start this episode by just straight up looking at your laning stage. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Raises are very important in the TA versus SF matchup, and basically all you really want to do is shove the lane into the TA, so okay, that raise is pretty good. Probably should go for close range. Way too late on that one. Way too late. No. No. Yeah, basically you want to make sure you can essentially even triple raise, like no joke. You can walk up to the lane, long range, the range creep, then medium, then short range, just to secure it. Like, you kind of just want to raise a bunch, but you put yourself in the worst possible scenario, which is close range with only a long range raise. So that was kind of bad, a really awful start to the lane, to be honest. Like, you're not actually pushing in the lane. These later raises actually end up being pretty good. Oh, you actually kill the TA straight up. Yeah, and that's why this matchup's actually somewhat SF favored. So just the fact that you're going for these races immediately gives me like mid-tier vibes. Reason is that, I don't know, for some reason when I watch low MMR players, they just don't do these type of things. They're not willing to commit their spells this freely. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, if you're low MMR and you're doing this, good for you, but for the majority, you gotta really look into this type of stuff where you're actually freely willing to commit your spells. He's buying mangoes, he's doing everything he needs to do to sustain/win this lane. So I'm a really big fan of this, and yeah, we'll look slightly more on, and then I'll probably take my guess just based off these pretty good raises. Okay, putting a lot of pressure. I would probably like to see you get to level 3, and then, yeah, okay, so, well, this is very aggressive. I feel like she could have just manned up on you there, like, a lot earlier. So your positioning was not really, like, your positioning there was quite a bit off considering you didn't have any proper spells to use on her, or any prep raises. And yeah, you're standing a bit far up. This TA is not very good, I'm not gonna lie. She's not using Psyblades correctly at all. She did get a regenerate though. Whoa, this is alright. Oh. If this TA is good, she could have just walked in front of you. I don't know. I'm gonna end the clip on this because this gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, you're half HP. This TA is full with a refraction. Why doesn't she just walk here? She could just walk here. There's no way she loses this trait. Right? There's no way. Which she sort of does, but then she like keeps trying to Psyblade you. I guess that actually wasn't that bad by her. Hashtag Speed's just a fool in the comments. That's the fact. Yeah, I mean, you're missing races here and there, so I'm going to take my guess just based on the fact that you're committing your spells pretty well, but it seems like you're a bit distracted and you're not doing anything besides cast your spells. I'm going to have to go with Ancient 3. Reason being that I like what you're doing, but it seems like you're getting a bit too hooked up on the idea of casting spells and not really fully laning properly, and your positioning has been not so perfect. Okay, so you're actually Divine 3. I would say if you could clean up your laning stage, you'll definitely go up then. I suppose it's been a while since I've been Divine. Clean up your positioning, really just be careful about overstepping when you don't have races prepped up, but overall I like the idea and just keep refining it. Okay, next up we have, I can't read this, 7M. Thank you for submitting. And first things first, I don't know where your shared tangos are. maybe your teammates didn't give them to you. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and not judge you for this. But you wanted me to look at your laning stage and a fight at the 17-minute mark, so we are going to do that. Alright, your laning is co-op. That can be a bit of a difficult matchup. I mean, the creep aggro off the start is pretty good. I would like to see you auto-attack this creep maybe a little bit, only because, you know, with the Empower, you can do a little bit of chip damage with the cleave. Also, you can sort of push out the wave, which is going to help you secure this range creep later on. So yeah, I probably would prefer you to see you just auto-attack creeps here and there, because now, if you see, this creates a dilemma, right, where these creeps are going to start smacking you, and you have to secure this, and that's just kind of not good. Yeah, it seems like you're giving up your range creep. You really want to try to avoid that. The thing is, if it's in a hard lane, you don't want to necessarily aggro right away, fearing that, or you need to take measures to actually secure it. Alright, yeah, like, you're just not shipping out enough regen. I don't know if are you missing a lot of CS? Why is it backwards? Alright, so both of your CS are definitely very low. Looks like you're just straight up dead. I mean, you're not buying enough regen. Obviously, you didn't have shared tangos, which in my opinion is just a big mistake. I also don't think you started the lane with the Fairy Fire, which potentially could have won you that trade there, or just literally gotten you the kill. I know Salve is a bit meh against Quap, but you still generally want it for when the dagger ends, you can sort of back up and chill. You're getting ganked. Okay, you're fine. Yeah, but like right now is when you need the Salve. Yeah, and I think you just shipped it out. I mean, this is a hard lane, but you grief yourself early on, in my opinion. This jungling, it's okay, but the problem is your health is going to drop a little bit. You do have the Salve, so I suppose it's alright. Creep aggro? Okay. Alright, at this point in the lane, you're a bit behind the Quap to the point where she can just zone you out with level 3 dagger, assuming that's what she took. Alright, she's not. She's 2-1-2. That's also pretty hard. So, as a result, I wouldn't actually mind if you just full-time jungle that even gave someone like the Veno the lane. Looks like Veno isn't going Plague Ward, so I guess he can't, kind of. But I don't even like the idea of you trying to lane, you know what I mean? The only time I would lane at this point, especially now that the Quap is 6 and you're 5, is only, and like strictly only if she pushes in the wave. Otherwise, you're just gonna walk around and waste your time. Like, that's just not that useful. You need like gold, and you need XP. You'll get XP from the lane, assuming the Quap misses some denies, but okay, you actually do go jungle now. It's pretty good. Alright, like, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't love this TP. I understand why you do it. Like, just to look at this before I go into the 17-minute fight, they are diving very hard, which is often a very good sign to actually TP. My issue with this game is that it's going to force you to commit a lot of mana no matter what happens, because you're going to have to use spells to finish off the gank, meaning you're going to have to ship more regen, which as is crippling your net worth, right? Like, as you can see, it's crippling your net worth, all the regen you're buying, and obviously the hard lane. So, like, yes, you get this PA kill, but, like, you're going to notice that it does not shift your net worth almost at all, right? Like, you gained 150 gold, right? Actually, no, you even split the kill. These kills are somewhat inconsequential in your overall net worth. I would sort of rather see you just continue to flash farm and hope that the Quap leaves so that you can farm the lane and the jungle camps. Because now you're completely out of mana, there's no shrines anymore, it puts you in a very awkward spot, and yeah, I don't know. I guess you have a royal jelly, so lucky you. You got some really good jungle items this game. Alright, now we're going to take a look at a fight around this point of the game, so it seems like you're handing off some items. Got the Imp Claw, definitely a pretty solid Magnus item, gives you a lot of damage and that insta-crit. Alright, you guys take the mid-tier 1 tower. I don't love that you're running it down mid. I'd either rather see you guys commit to the left or commit to the right. This is generally what would happen in a high MMR game, only because you'd want to, you know, like go for a kill somewhere. So you're kind of giving up your smoke here by pushing out the wave. It's okay. Definitely, that's a good skewer. I was going to say, like, you probably shouldn't have committed your blink there, but it seems like you guys are snowballing right now. Obviously, that's hard for me to judge because I'm not in the game, but seems like you're snowballing pretty hard, so this is decent. And gonna expect some sort of a reset here? No, you guys are actually gonna control the high ground. Curious if you hit a good RP soon. This looks like an opportunity. Oh, whoa, you're just so envisioned. Like, this RP is okay, but like, this is the same thing, and my issue with like the Tinkers. They're just like always envisioned. Guys, you have to care about if you're showing yourself or not. It's actually such an important key to teamfighting. You can't just always be envisioned as these initiators if you want to surprise people. As is, you probably should have just went for that RP. You didn't, so you go for this one, which is okay, but like, you see how you show here? That's bad. You should have went around, right? Because this ends up being like a pretty mediocre, yeah, it actually doesn't even work out. And the reason is, you know, your Slark's not here, which makes it not that great of an RP. You didn't catch the PA in it, which probably is the hero you want to burst, right? She was low on HP as is, so you want to go on the PA, not necessarily the Underlord. And like, CM is even not that good of a target either. It's alright. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to take my guess. I feel like I have a generally good vibe of where you're at right now. The laning stage, some early mistakes caused you to fall behind, and then mediocre decision making in my opinion, and that like whole vision issue right there gives me bad vibes. So I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna have to go Archon 2 here. Actually, the Quap was playing pretty well. Maybe I guess higher. Yeah, I'll just stick with my Archon. Alright, and turns out you're right. I'm genuinely sorry for calling you Archon 2. Your item build is fine. I mean, most people are going Echo Saber to farm, but I understand why you don't this game to help snowball. I guess it was just a really bad looking game because the Quap couldn't work, but frankly, just based off how the Quap was laning, like the Quap was laning extremely well, her pressure was very calculated and very clean. Her item build was also pretty nice. So like, I should have guessed higher just based upon that. You're Ancient 5. I'm sorry, I don't mean to hurt your feelings. Alright, hopping into the next one, we have Illuminated Wolf. It's a cool name, pretty epic. I have to note this down. 31 CS at 11 is not too good. Also, I did recognize that you were laning against a Dragonite and only have 1 point in Essence, which is actually going to severely limit your ability to trade properly. When you were playing against a hero like DK or Underlord or anything of the sort, even an Axe, right? You want 2 points in Essence so that you can actually continue to use them, right? You hit them once, back up, hit them again, back up. Once you get a couple stacks, then maybe you can man up. And that's kind of the goal of Slark. So when you only have 1 point, it's just very meh to me. Right. Moving on, we're going to be looking at 3 of your fights. So let's start off with this one against the CM. Okay. I mean, you guys know me. I don't love when people instantly commit pounce, and instantly committing Shadow Dance here is also not good. You have instantly eliminated your ability to take a long fight. It's gone. You actually can't fight for more than, whatever it is, 5 seconds now. Because you've used 2 of your defensive options. The main ones in the early. Dark Pact is better later on, right? It's okay in the early game if you use it, great. But it's better earlier on. I would have rather you leave with Dark Pact, right? Leave with Dark Pact, because now you have nothing left. I'm glad you run away, because your stuff's off. Rip Lion. You gotta get out. There's no way you have impact now. Like, Slark without ulti or pounce barely can do anything. You're gonna die! Okay. Alright. No! Let's go to the next fight. Alright, we're here at the next fight, and I'm not gonna lie, you can't have 130 CS at 33 minutes. You just can't. You can't have this many. Like, probably the main reason you're dying is because you're fighting too much and not farming enough. You need to shove in many more lanes, because they actually don't have the best heroes at catch. Wyvern is okay, because you can't purchase ulti. And DK's alright as well, like, they could combo you, but like, based on your CS, I kinda doubt that these people are comboing you. So, you gotta work on that. Alright, you Shadow Blade up. Once again, I don't know why you have a Shadow Blade. If I'm you, I'd probably rush a BKB here, just so I can get on top of the sniper and deal with him. Fight breaks out. You lead in. Sure, you went for the CM. That's a fine target. Going for the defusal without the pounce. That's actually really nice. You do get stunned, though. You actually didn't get a Dark Pact off there. Frankly, you actually have to be able to read that. You really, really do have to be able to read that stun. DK does not have some instant stun unless he's blinking on top of you in melee form, or I guess in range form. That just can't happen. But whatever, you're not dead. You can still pounce away an ulti. Okay. I'm just gonna go to the next fight. I didn't see it. I didn't see it happen. Alright, last fight of the clip. You guys got a word on this hill. This could be a good fight, right? Maybe you want to try to get on the Wyvern at this point. He probably is one of your hardest counters at this point in the game. So here, I would love to see you run around. You don't want to fight into these heroes, right? Because what's going to happen if you fight into them? Shrapnel, sniper auto attacks. You're just going to get hit by all of their AoE stuff. What could you do instead of Slark? Run around. You have perfect vision of them. Why would you run to the front? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I actually don't get it. Go around. Just walk around. Like, your hero is typically a backliner, especially if you're behind. You become a giga backliner when you're behind. So you can't just, holy, you actually just did that. You are a man. You just Shadow Bladed in vision and walk past them. You're in vision, you just walk past them. They have a sentry of you. Please click your Q. Okay. Woo. I mean, Jug is not a good target. Like, you're not going to be able to burst him. You have to be going on this Wyvern or something like that. Okay, now you go on Wyvern. Okay, not committing pounce, that's fine. You didn't have to pounce out there. Not the end of the world, though. You're good about using your defusal. I will give you credit there. You were good about using your defusal. And I think it was last week we watched a Slark, and he was not good about using his defusal, so I can give you respect there. Okay. Other than your initiation, which is like a 2 out of 10, everything else is like a 7 out of 10, or like a 6 out of 10. So, like, I will guess a bit higher than I originally thought, and I'm not going to lie. I was originally looking at these clips, thinking Herald. I'm sort of not kidding. But after that, I will give you Guardian 3. Oh, okay, you actually were Herald 5. Alright, so I'm actually going to check your profile. I'm curious. Okay, so you're a bit newer to the game, right? Under 1,000 matches, which in my opinion is new to Dota, right? Dota is such an old game and has a very aged community, so like under 1,000, I can respect that. If I was you, you really need to work on your split pushing because 181 is something that pros would get at like the 25-minute mark, right? And it's 49 and it's literally double. And if you can fix that, you're already on a better pace to win these games. You can't fight this much. You want to be this every single game. You need to be #1 every single game. All right, next up, we're going to be looking at Eve Horizon on the Naga Siren. We're going to be looking at your laning stage and also talking about your item build, Naga item build. So yeah, let's get into it. First things first, you are against an Ursa in lane. So one thing I would say is like, you don't necessarily need to use your illusions right away, right? It's not terrible. All I'm saying is like, if I'm you, I want to get max duration. Also, you can purge the Ursa E. So like, let's say he wants to trade with you. He can hit you once, you purge it off, and then not only do you last it with it, you also can then trade with it. So it's just a bit early to be using your illusions this early. Also, do not be afraid of Ursa early on. He doesn't do anything to you. Naga has, right, 4 regen right now and 7 armor, as well as a way to purge and disengage. Like, Ursa does not do anything to you. So, yeah, I can already see a micro issue, I believe. So, when you are last hitting with these illusions, what you want to do, the easiest way to micro with any sort of hero, in my opinion, is you drag over all of them, and then you right-click on the creep at the same time, right? Make sure they're all in positions. To do that, you can actually attack, stop command, right? Right-click, stop command, right-click, stop command. This will get all of your units in position, and then all at once, because you've selected them all, you'll burst the creep. You're trying to burst the creep, right? You're not really doing this properly here. You have to, if you're trying to dominate these lanes. Like, no joke, guys, and I'm going to do this in the future. I'm going to do a 1v1 episode with viewers soon. I don't know how soon, but soon. And we're going to 1v1. I'm going to play Prophet for, like, a lot of the games, and I'm going to see how many CS, like, who can get the most CS. Like, maybe you'll win a prize if you get the most CS, because, like, I swear, just using this concept, you get, like, half of the creeps at most. Alright, yeah, and continuing on, this is my main thing. You just seem to be very iffy with the micro, so you either need to play a lot more Naga, or you need to try to use the tip that I just gave you and practice it, because you're not really bursting the creeps, which is going to make you not get a lot of denies. Ursa is a hero that you definitely can deny. He has a Quelling Blade, but very low base damage, so you have a chance to deny him, right? He's actually doing quite well right now. So props to Ursa. Shout out, shout out. Yeah, and basically, if I was you, I'd probably harass him maybe a little bit less with the illusions. It's not terrible to do that at some point if he's just tanking them, which he seemingly was doing there. But yeah, overall, I would focus mostly on the creeps, less about the harass battle. Unless he's like ultra manning up, then you can deal with him. But like here, this has to get denied. He had an opportunity to last hit that, which is bad. He shouldn't even get the opportunity. Good players, like better players, would have gotten that. That's all I'm trying to say. And yeah, like basically, starting now, you can essentially try to shove the wave in jungle. So I would start Quelling Blading the trees to my right. Which actually maybe you do here? I can't tell. I don't know what you're doing actually. Go jungle. Right away. Go jungle. Why are your illusions not falling? Dude, just go hit it yourself. What are you doing? Where are you going? The whole creep wave's dead. Why are you not going hitting it? Like, all you had to do, you basically, if you ran right away with everything and you hit it, you could have killed at least one of the creeps. Or you could stack it right now, which would also be fine, right? Like, I'd love to see you stack it right now. Instead of getting zoned by this Ursa because you have no illusions, you could have gotten the stack and then showed up, and that would have been like 10 times better. Why did Ursa just do that? I'm so confused. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of bad things happening right now. You need to watch this replay and look at every single time you could have been more efficient. Like, you have, I'm trying to give you some pointers here, but like, why are you just walking around so much? Like, what do you, I have to be, like, what are you doing? There's nothing there. Like, why are you walking back and forth? That's a mistake. As a hero that can jungle, probably the fastest in Dota in the early game, I would argue Naga's #1. You can't do this. Why are you splitting up? You can't. You need to watch some pro and just copy what they're doing. Nothing else you should do. Alright, and in terms of item build, I guess I'll just check like what you went and the order you went it in. Yeah, if I was you this game, I probably wouldn't rush the defusal. It's okay this game, because if you catch out AM with a net, like let's say you gank AM, you actually can solo kill him in that regard. Whoa, your CS is low. Why do you only have 143? Like, some heroes, this is okay, right? 150 at 20 is okay on some heroes. Naga mid, it's not okay. Naga mid is a hero that has 200 by 20. Otherwise, you're basically playing the hero wrong. Naga is not a fighter. I can tell you're 2-0-2, which maybe you're like fighting a little bit, but you can't be less farm than an Ursa. I don't care if this guy's like 9-0, which he kind of is. I don't care. You can't. You can't. You don't deserve to win this game, in my opinion, if you're not out farming an Ursa. Like, that's just how I see it. But yeah, so essentially what I would do to make that happen and win these games is I'd probably rush Mantha. Going to defusal is actually okay if you're very comfortable on Naga. But like, what is this? Why are you're going on Axe with your illusions, and like you're fighting? This is so scuffed. That was like good and bad at the same time. Like just the fact that you were there kind of gives me like, you need to farm better. I hate saying this over and over again, but like you're playing Naga. That's what this hero does. Like if this is our TC Naga, he has like 250 CS and it's GG. Like you'd actually just have a Mantha right now and it's GG. Like there's nothing the enemy team could do. So you would just keep splitting them up and get a Hex probably at some point and then pick them off or something like that. But your item build is fine. So like you need to look into your play and your efficiency because that's your major problem. But yeah, I'm gonna guess your rank now. Overall, this is okay. Like, it's not terrible, but I'm gonna have to go, like, slightly on the lower end just because of the lack of efficiency and, like, decision-making. There's some good things here and there. Like, your kiting in that fight was actually pretty solid. I give it, like, some sort of an 8 out of 10 there. I'm just some of the efficiency issues are just really holding you back, in my opinion. But yeah, let's guess your rank. I'm going to have to say Archon 5. Legend 4. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of close enough for me, because you probably have a bit the same efficiency as there. You need to work on your laning, like, you need to learn how to burst creeps, and then you need to learn how to have no downtime in your laning. That's what I would focus on as you. And yeah, good luck. Alright, next up we have Gatsu and the Dark Willow. Pretty cool fight here. So essentially, there's a couple things I noticed which I'll be pointing out as I pre-watch this clip before obviously looking at it. And the main one is this Oracle, right? So I want you guys to pay attention to this as we'll just kind of watch through the clip and try to notice a couple things. I'm not saying you have to target Oracle necessarily right here. I kind of like the play you make in a second. The thing is, this Oracle just is like chilling in the back the whole fight. I don't know how he gets away with this. My man is literally just chilling in the back. It was insane to me. Like, I don't expect you to go on him here, right? Because he can Q off your E, he can Q off your Q. He can fate seed with your ultimate. It's very, like, Oracle hard counters your hero. This item build is the worst thing I've ever seen, but like, I would at least like to see you, like, consider running at him at here, maybe, right? Instead of going up, he's pretty alone, you know? The Mars is here, Void is here, Lena's here. So you could run at him and at least just auto-attack him to get him away from your team. But instead you kind of, like, make this large wraparound. You don't E the Mars earlier. That E was good, obviously. It controlled up the Void for pretty good extent there. Actually, good root as well, almost securing the kill. But like, how does this Oracle just look at this guy's? How does he get away with this? How is no one running at him? Like, why doesn't Bristleback go right? Like, Bristleback needs to kill. Why is he going for Faceless Void, dude? Kill me, actually kill me. Why are you running out of face? Like, you don't have any more stuns. You're not gonna kill the Faceless Void. I guess it was close. But like, if I'm Bristle, I'm going to control or try to kill this guy so he can't save the Void, right? That's usually how you look at team fights. It's not always the case, but when there's a saving support, it's very, very often the case. But yeah, actually your spellcasting was pretty good that fight. We're gonna look at one more engagement and yeah, I'll take a guess. Alright, let's take a look at this engagement here. Okay, you actually ultied already. I skipped past it. Let's take a look at this ulti and see if it was actually worth it or not, because it's not one of the spells you just want to waste. Really? Really? I don't feel like you should just ulti this guy. Reason being is like, Mars doesn't, unless he's like some Deso Mars, which he's not, he's like a BKB pipe Mars. You don't need to like control them. He already got the spear off. He's not going to provide that much follow-up. I'd rather see you throw it at the backline or just have some patience here. You know, I don't think there's a reason to be so forward with that ultimate. Like, it'd be much better if you could use it on the Void there. Okay, that Invoker almost got out. Fight continues, kiting out, good usage of the E. You might want to drop your Yules and use your wand here, which sounds crazy, but I can see you having mana issues soon if your spells are coming up off cooldown. Kiting out, kiting out. I mean, I don't know if this fight is winnable. It looks like it could be winnable. This Jug is actually pretty strong and they're all like half HP. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, alright, you just ulted nothing. GG. Now your team definitely cannot win the fight. They still had Chrono too, so yeah, there's no chance. It wouldn't have worked out anyway, but like, I don't know why. Maybe you just decided to not go in there with the ultimate, but overall, it feels a bit panicky, a bit sloppy. I think Tranquils on Willow are mediocre at best. Reason being is you really want to get to that Yule's timing. I have seen them before. I don't know. I want to guess like mid-tier. I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to say that this is a Legend 1 Dark Willow. Pretty decent spell casting, but I would say some slight priority issues and a bit panicked with the spells, so Legend 1 is my guess. So it turns out the Dark Willow is actually Archon 4. I was pretty close. What is that, I think that's only 2 games or something? Wait, 2 ranks, not 2 games. Is it only 2 games to get to Archon 4 to Legend 1? No, it's probably like 6 or something. I don't know. Good luck. I think you will continue to get better. I would just be a little bit more confident with my spellcasting, and in my opinion, to be a good Dark Willow, you really want to shine in getting solo kills. Like, whenever I see a good Dark Willow, they're always solo killing someone. Like, they're doing the E into Yule's combo and a Bramble into the Bedlam. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Guess the Rank. Once again, if you want to see more of these in the future, like the video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Are you tired of being hard stuck at your rank?
Over at GameLeap.com, we have a library of hundreds of guides authored by pro players and coaches covering literally every aspect of Dota. Whether you're looking to master a new hero or role, or just polish up your existing skills, GameLeap is the proven place for competitive gamers to hone their craft and unlock their secret potential. Hit the link on screen right now, to take advantage of our special offer for a 25% discount, guys, 25%, and start your journey today.